Grinning Viking, and I am back straight into the cliffhanger. Maybe I should turn it. No, I'm not gonna turn it around. I told you. Even though I want this first captain to live, I'm not sure this is the right way to go about that. A place that is no place. The Underzee has no northern shore. Space is forbidden. Time contracts to a single frozen instant. There is only one way north, the High Gate. You huff and fumble your way through darkness. The stokers labor below, as in an old sick dream. Fuel evaporates, and sailors stiffen to statues. Safety? Not a good place to be, but at least it is a place, frostbound. Castle where riddles fight questions to the death. For a while there, you were somewhere beyond places. Perhaps you survived. I have scars of the north. Place, which is no place, held you, crushed you. You carry the wound still. I don't know if this comes up later in anything, but I wanted those to be on my captain. I've lost 5 crew. I'm down to half crew. If you drop below half crew, you start not being able to move full speed. And I'm already not as fast as I'd like to be. The most harmful part is we gained 50 terror. If we get up to 100 terror, our crew is going to try to kill us. And we're not going to be close to home now. We only lost 1 fuel, which is weird. You usually lose a lot of it. I was expecting to have hardly any. And you usually lose a lot of supplies, but maybe that's random too. Either way, though, we have plenty of something in our larder. And since we showed up at Frostbound with an event, there's a thing we can do. Tireless Mechanic is so good. So good, I want that. I want him. If only... he can show up in London, too. We're gonna get him sooner or later. We have to come back here to do it. Towers and ramps, and galleries and stairs of ice, raised and spun like an architect's honey dream. No spider ever wove so complex a web. Towers are utterly pristine, untouched by human life, but a pitiable encampment squats by the dock. Let's let this fly navigator out first, just to be rid of him. He climbs the deck, panting eagerly. This is the Zee, you see? He calls back. The Zee, risen to become land. Ice is the soul of the Zee. In ice we find the Zee at her most exemplary. And he's off again. You leave him to examine the tower, staring up at the battlements, his breath dragon huffing. That's a great way to describe someone's breath when they fall tight. I'm gonna try to use that in real life. Where is he? Only a few minutes later, you glance back. The navigator's gone. You climb the steps to examine the spot where you saw him last. His coat lies in the snow. His footprints end the tower wall. You poke through his coat and find a brass telescope, mechanic, a much annotated chart, tobacco, an alarming quantity of ice. But the navigator is gone. You never see him again. Relevatory chart? Oh! Dark Speckled Admiral will want to see this, if your Admiral's favor is high enough. It's worth 250 echo, and absolutely nothing else. But outlandish artifacts are pretty good. Spelunking Museum, assuming that colonial imperial appropriation for the purpose of hegemonic taxonomization is a suitable response to the problem of intercultural contact, which it probably is, because museums are magnificent institutions. So yeah, those are useful for a lot of things. Okay. We got rid of that joker. I wish he'd drop some change so I could pick up this guy. That'd be nice. We'll create a port report, find out what the squatters are up to. Bickering amicably. Not all are Aramean or Withrin. There's an odd researcher, the occasional deranged ice sculptor. Now and then a very cold, very sad rubbery man. Rubbery men are cool. We'll see one later, and they show up in stories once in a while. But for the most part, an atmosphere of friendly rivalry reigns. And we'll take tea with the squatters at the dock. Some of them wear the robes of Iremi riddle fishers. Some look like withering folk, but even more ragged. But they do seem a little more practical than either of those peoples. Well, surprisingly warm welcome. We're keeping the steps for the game of truth, a helpful riddle fisher explains as she fills your cup for the third time. Every year the people of Ireland wither meet her for, she pauses, contests, she finishes vaguely. The difference between a question and a riddle. One day someone will prove themselves enough to enter the castle. You spend a pleasant few hours while the tea is supplemented with Iremi liquors, pale, withering beer. Something the riddle fisher describes blandly as snake cake. They offer you fuel and supplies before you leave. You keep enough to spare, the riddle fisher grins. From time to time, the captain gets lost and comes up here, and we always feel bad for them. And even though our hunger bar was way past the point where the crew starts to complain, and almost to the point where someone would die of hunger and we'd have to eat them, getting just one supply will take it all the way back down to the bottom. Which, that and a little bit of crew eating, no matter where we are on the northern part of the map, because sailing off the north always takes you to Frostfound or the High Gate, both of which are northern locations. We'll be close enough to make it back to London without dying. Especially with us. Oh, we are a bit far away though, aren't we? It always puts you at the one that's closer to London too, which means the gate is going to be like right to our east. Really close. We get two awesome things at that gate. One is certain, the other is a bit of a gamble, but yeah, even the one that's a gamble will give you fuel and supplies if you get the worst result. So, given that it has to be in the north, given that sailing to the north will kick you into the closest one, since we're so inconveniently far east, we might as well go for the High Gate. Bright is one of the islands that Frostfound is on. You get to see the Z battle shootout and sometimes give you some useful information about your surroundings. Right now she's going to talk about Bright a bunch, and we're a little too low on supplies for me to go and look at the empty part of the island, get rid of that text. Northeast. The Ragged Crow is useless. Am I wrong? Does it not dump you into the location closest to London? If so, I made a horrible journey-ending mistake heading this way. Yeah, 'cause I know what's to the further east of here. And it is not it's not a place we want to go. At least not right now. We don't have any way to sort of take advantage of it. So yeah, I guess we made a little mistake there. We might as well get Bright and that out of our way so they stop showing up when we're close to here. Maybe get some more useful ZBAT scanning results. And there's Bright. 50 fragments. Oh, jeez. There are worse things than ice beasts in this land, too. Let's just keep going. We have to eat someone, we'll be down past half crew. Eating room will add to our terror, which will put us very close to our crew mutinying and kill us, and up into dangerous events territory all by itself. Not that we're not close to that already. Tenov is the name of the island. Frostbound. But, you know, doesn't hurt to get a few more fragments, I suppose. Once we hit up Tenov, may require us pointing our lantern at it. Yep. We won't pick it up on the Z-bed anymore, and add it to our map. Maybe we can get some useful information. I could have sworn it put you at the location closest to London. Not Palmerston, that's a useful place. If we had any money, we could buy supplies there. Granted. No, that's a bad pirate ship. That's a Fostic Corsair. And I know its name because if you click on it, I can tell you. Well, they'll tell you above it. It's a little too out of the way for it to tell us. Port Palmerston is an important location. A lot of times you'll be asked to pick up port reports or strategic information from here. The friendly bruiser, the one-eyed bruiser. Friendly bruiser, where did that come from? Well, I guess he's pretty friendly. He gave me things. He'll ask you to come here and pick up an illegal shipment. They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions, but the road to the Brimstone Convention is paved with cinders. Up the road. Do they admit visitors to the Brimstone Convention? Probably not, but you never know. They might sell tickets. Above the bay, look down and see Port Palmerston like a toy and the ruins like gravel. You've come far, but the volcano's cone still rears above you. Rest a little before you go the last half mile. Wistful Devilish. The road to the crater ends at a brass gate, the crater wall. Beside it stands an oddly charming little cottage, surrounded together from pumice and basalt. It features honeysuckle, equally charming devilish, and tea gown leaning against the cottage wall, throwing a parasol and fanning herself. I am the guardian of this place, she remarks languidly. You may not pass, but can I offer you a cup of Amarilla tea? Tea with a devilish. Amarilla? It's not one of the poisonous ones, is it? You're pretty sure it's not. Yeah, why not? Terror in a tea gown? No doubt she'd be much less pleasant if you tried to break down the gate, but just now she's a courteous, soft-voiced woman in a tea gown. Tea is hot and nutty and rather pleasant. She asks about your voyages. She's desperate for news of London, of Smiths, nights. Sick, it's poor, it's fires. She tactfully turns aside questions about the convention, but she shares some secrets of the neat. Come see me again, she says. Next time you're here, she shrugs gracefully. Bring me a present, if you like. Again, 60 fragment. Used it for a special event, but we'll go shopping next time we're in London for a gift that a devilish would like. We may have to come back here and give that to her. We'll get something for it. Chat to the pork folk about the Brimstone Convention. There was a revolution in hell when the aristocracy of devils fled here. Here they plot in exile. Shrugging a curse. They don't do us any harm. They stay up there and we stay down here. Hell's fighting itself. It's good for us all, isn't it? You gain one of this, a report on Palmerston. And if we come back with buttloads of supplies, we can dig among the ruins with lavas and the ashes buried old buildings. Perhaps the villagers left valuables behind. You could pick over the remains to see what you might find, you ghoul. Yeah. Yeah, maybe a little. And there are shops here with unique items that you need for other quests. In fact, we could buy one fuel for a little cheaper than normal, so why not? We're not using that 9 for anything else. And we'll make a little money off of this trip, even if I was wrong about the gate not actually being further east. And it was somewhat crammed in there. Oh, we're getting hungry again. Memories of plenty. Hot porridge with creamy milk and honey. Smell of roast chicken. Rubbery lumps. The way they cook them on Mutton Island. The crypt flesh of a newly unearthed elven fungus. Oh god. Distract yourself. This is always the right choice, by the way. The other one gives you a couple fragments. And terror. I guess if you're just about to feed yourself, pop into London, I guess you could obsess for a couple extra fragments, but distract yourself. Find something else, anything else. Run emergency drills. Debate philosophy. Takes 2 off of our terror. Busy day. You walk the deck watching crew, dressing in fractions and laziness. You're suitably distracted, and they know their captain is watching. Yeah, shit. Come on, fellow. I'd only thought there was one Foster Corsair up this way. And now you can see me, and if my engines explode, there's a very good chance I will have too little crew to pilot my ship. But that's what the fast boost button is for at this point. If you run yourself down to too few crew and too few hold doing it just for the sake of going faster, then you won't find yourself able to get out of those situations. You have a horizon some distance to the north. You got points from the Kiziger vortex. But yeah, this is the gate. It's closer than where the, No, shit! It's a fucking mountain. That's the mountain that walks. Mount Nomad. And it's not swimming. It's walking. That's the tip of Mount Nomad. Oh, Jesus. Whew, that thing will own you even with the best weapon in the highest level ship if you are not prepared. Why am I up here? Why did I do this craziness? Well, we found the Abbott Horizon. 2 vast wing shapes bear the gate of something like resin, smooth but uneven. It is deep gaunt. Ah, gaunt. That's one of the colors we gotta ask for. The color that remains when all the colors have been eaten. Ice crusts over the crack between spells. Approach and your breath freezes. False tinkling and chart in the air. Be utterly foolish to touch the thing. A merciless wind blows from everywhere to everywhere. Passes without effort through your bridgecoat, your flesh, your young lungs, and the dock lies empty. Open Highgate. Can't do that yet. I'm looking forward to that. Gather intelligence, such as there is to gather, out here where nothing moves. We have a port report for Abbott Horizon. The stillness is itself of interest to the Admiralty. It's not impossible someone foolish enough might attempt to open the gate. It's not inconceivable that it might open from the other side. And what then? We don't have quite enough fragments to do what we wanted to do, unfortunately. Let's say anyway. Start journal. There's the way through peculiar noises. I'm not sure quite how many fragments I have, but I need some to get one of the positive events out of here. That'll be easy enough by popping out past the mountain that walks and back in after discovering a location or two. Oh geez. We could also look into the stars, which would give us fragments and possibly let us do that. I probably will, but we'll see how this explore along the shoreline works first. This is unlocked with beginner's luck. You only ever get one beginner's luck activity, and it's a good thing that can happen to you just once. This is the best one I found because there's a 50% chance that it'll give you something good, but just in terms of money and survival. which is what every other beginner's luck one I found does. Except for the ones that are really bad, which give you something useless. Or it can give you something that you can take to the old, withered guy who asked you for all those colors. Right, and we got the one that's worth money. Supplies. I said the bad result was worth supplies earlier. And fuel. And it's not bad. It's a shipwreck. Beneath the black and freezing water, ship lies rustling. The hull has been torn like paper. Lifeberg's work. Some of the supply and cargoes are valuable. Why would they bring the sapphires here? The other thing you can possibly get is you can find an eyeless skull, which counts as one of the color items. And there's another place you can get that. So this isn't a huge loss. We'll get a little extra money off of it. It's still worth it. I'd much rather get that eyeless skull for the reward, but it is what it is. We'll look into the stars. Strategically, it's a little bit worse of a choice. This way you get the flavor text, and maybe I'll get enough fragments to get the other item that I was hoping for from here. Look into the stars. Stars float in the mirrored night of the waves. Watch them a while. Peace beneath the world. These are real stars. They burn above the roof of me, beyond the earth, in the spaces of heaven. Even so far away, even now, their eyes are on you. But here in the night out of the world, you are safe. Safe. Only one fragment. Return to your senses, gasping. Your hands are cold numb. How long were you watching the stars? One fragment. I'm not going to cut it. Let's see if it does it every time. One fragment again. Two fragments. We have 83 terror now. We're going to have to run without light to get past Mount Nomad. Well, this is the dog's bullocks. I heard an English person saying that once. Did I use the expression correctly? Well, we need to run our lamp because even though Mount Nomad sees us, it will kill us. Not might. Will. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. But there's a port. The port, it's on the other side of the fucking docks. Mount Nomad, how are you today? Don't mind me, I'm just heading into port. Oops, that's my light. Ah, fuck that guy. Woof. Woof. I repeat again. Woof. Story. Couple of lights. I gained 50 fragments off of that. I think I might need 80 to... Yeah, look, it doesn't tell me how many extra fragments I have, but really you can see. Couple of lights, do you hear music? Herd of faithful gather in the shadows between the many candles. The bell tolls in chapel tower. Cracked iron laughter. Beware, the aisle is full of voices. He of the chapel's bounty. Smiling priest unlocks the door to the storehouse for you. Here, he says, eat, but take nothing away with you. Oh, well. That happened sooner than I thought. Cannibally peckish, you have the cannibal taste. Well, I'm planning to anyways to get home, but... yeah. Rich and red. They have shark steaks, plucked from the sea. Thin slices of cavern tuna, translucent and delicate in paper. Little crimson cakes flavored with cinnamon and coated with poppy seeds. Deviled pork kidneys on crusty bread. Gorge yourself. Leave with the juices dripping from your chin. You don't always get the kind of package from this. It's usually not people food. Well, gather intelligence. What occurs here between the darkness and the light? The smiling priest in a red cassock touches the chapel. The congregation are shy of light. They come and go in little ships, and it's strangely difficult to count them. Perhaps some of them are imaginary. Still, you know the name of a ship or two. Why, hello, Mountain Nomad, how are you? Wow, I'm really glad Mountain Nomad just took off the edge of the map like that. Usually, it will lurk about the port if you're in there, waiting for you to emerge. Meaning you have to sit there and stare at it. Hope it doesn't kill you. We do need to find one more location to have enough fragments. And then we spin back around, we're getting that special item. We didn't have enough fragments to get. Didn't even show up. It's part of the unfair harshness of the Underzee, I'd imagine. That makes it so that if you go to that really far out of the way place with what's essentially a random number of fragments, only if you have the correct amount of fragments does the important thing that you need for a long quest show up. Discover Codex, and I definitely will have enough fragments now. Once I get there, I'm not going back along this route. I'm cutting south, so we'll hit an entire line of brand new things. Codex, a desperate cave full of mute exiles, an inexplicable colony of shivering, bad-tempered monkeys. File a port report. No one will speak. It's a challenge. The exiles see many come, fewer leave. Some are even willing to communicate. Their gestures are unfamiliar. The meaning's unclear. Even when you can understand, its answer is, without questions, as useless as a key without a lock. Sometimes they'll ask if you want to pick up a crew. In dreams. Ooh, beneath the cavern that holds the Underzee is prowled by dreams. There's a story of once the skull of a dead god. Perhaps it would explain it. It's really risky. Do neither one of these. Instead of just saying perhaps not. Because it could add to terror, and terror is unfortunately high. But fuck it. Let's risk it. Your dreams, what will you learn? Only one terror, and one memory of distant shores. Grim spires, mirror-faced pillars rise around you like trees in a forest. More so, because each glows with a shifting green light. The Z leaps at the base of the pillars. A voice from above cries out in 7 languages, and you understand each one. Once was this the face of Irem. It will be taken from us. And Irem, the past and future tenses, are all mixed up when people talk, so it's pretty much them saying, this was the face of Irem, it was taken from us. You only learn that when you go to Irem. That dream wouldn't make sense otherwise, even if you'd seen the face. Which you can see the face in other dreams, or by sailing past it. Quite a large face, much larger than Yoshep, but it's a carved in stone type of face, so less creepy than it could be. I really don't like that Mount Palmerston's around here, and I'm sailing into a half-speed blizzard, which will also increase the rate at which I gain terror, because I will be out longer, take longer to travel. Maybe inherently as well. I know fog can increase the rate at which you gain terror. If you can see the sea bottom below you, and you have your lights on, your sailors won't get more afraid. If your lights are on, you're in natural light as well. Oh shit! Mount Nomad, Mount Nomad, Nomad! Ah, fuck you, Mount Nomad! Since I'm in port, I won't gain terror. I can only gain hunger, which would kill me eventually if I stayed in port forever. But this port gives you unlimited free top-offs on hunger. Haha. Screw you, Mountain Nomad. I know this will make the video a little bit less long than the next one, but Mountain Nomad might take a little while to wander off. So I'm going to cut here. I'll wait till it's just at the edge of the screen, and then I'll make a run for it. And so next time I'll start with me fleeing from Mountain Nomad. And if it sees me, it will probably catch up to me, and it will probably kill me. So, yay! If it happens, you'll get to see me make a new captain, and you'll get to see the sort of advantages you carry forward to your next captain. That's it from the Grinning Viking for now. Curse you, my post. And I'll talk to you all again very soon. Leave a like if you liked it. Leave a dislike if you disliked it. And let me know either way if there's something you'd like changed. Thanks a lot for your time, seriously.